I am now live. Hello, everybody. Cierra Ramirez here. I'm so thrilled to be taking over the Freeform account. I'm going to be joining with some of your favorite siblings in just a second. I'm waiting for Miss Maya Mitchell to join from the Good Trouble account. I'm so happy you're here with me today. We're going to walk down memory lane. How's everyone feeling? Hi, guys. This is making your week. This is making my week. I'm so excited. We haven't done a live like this in quite some time, so it's going to be a good one. Just waiting for Miss Mitchell. Where you at, girlfriend? In the meantime, while we're waiting on her, are there any questions that you want me to ask her or David Lambert or Hayden Byerly in the meantime? So I can keep that in my back pocket. I'm pacing back and forth, by the way. I'm so nervous. Oh, there's a question box. Thank you so much for letting me know. Okay, leave your questions in the question box, and I will get to them whenever someone joins this live with me. Hi, Janet. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Still waiting. We have Molly McCook in the chat. What's up, girlfriend? I'm seeing a lot of questions coming in, so thank you so much. Keep them coming so I can ask. I want to save all of them for whenever I have them join the live. Just waiting. Regardless, I'm so happy to be here right now and to have a little mini reunion via live with my siblings. So it's going to be fun. Can you believe we only have a couple more episodes until the end of our series? It's flying by for me, and I'm not quite accepting yet that it's almost over. I can't believe it. Aw, Trent just said that he cried on the episode last night. I did too. It was a really, really good one. What did everyone think of the last episode? I don't want to spill too much tea because I know people are watching today on Hulu. I'm not ready for it to be over as well. Oh, The Fosters and Good Trouble will always be my favorite shows. Thank you so much. We've loved making these shows for 10 years. Can you believe it? 10 years. It's been such an amazing ride. Still waiting on Maya. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Just got word that she's in. Just gonna wait on her request to go live with me. There she is, accepting. Where's she at? Where's she at? Guys, I think I'm technologically challenged. There we go. There she is. She's crooked. And I can't hear you. No. Can you... Oh, there she is. There you are. I can hear you now. Wow,
oh my goodness.
Cute as a button.
I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Okay, fashionably late. We love it.
Oh my lord, I should not be trusted with technology.
It's all good.
Hi.
Hello.
You look so cute.
Thank you, you too.
Oh
We
my
got the bun
goodness.
memo.
We did. I did a little updo for you. Do you like it? Did I do
So
okay?
cute. I love it. You look scrumptious. How excited are you to be taking over this IG Live right now?
I'm so excited. I'm kind of nervous.
Okay.
But
what for?
I'm excited. Well, just IG Live is like intimidating, I feel like.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Earlier I was telling you I was pacing back and forth because I was a little nervous.
Yeah, but it's a good time, and we have David and Hayden joining us.
Yes, it's gonna be so fun. A little Foster's fam reunion.
I know. Did you watch the episode last night?
I did. I loved it. I was telling them I didn't want to give too much away for those who are watching tonight on Hulu, but it's definitely one of my favorites this season, just because I love when everyone's together.
It was so cute.
And Jamie and Callie are they've always been endgame for me, so
I know.
I loved.
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah.
I know. I love them. It was very sweet.
Yes. I mean, what was it like for you to like be reunited with everyone and celebrating Callie and Jamie?
Honestly, I feel like we were such a nightmare on that episode because I feel like the whole time there was like one giant green room. They honestly should have separated us because remember there was just that big green room. It was like that office space, and so they had us all in there in between like takes, and it was like mayhem, pure chaos.
Oh yeah, always.
It was so fun.
We're always trouble together.
I know.
And sometimes not good trouble. Sometimes we're always.
Sometimes just straight up disruptive.
Always.
But we have a actually that's a fun story. We have a little safe word. I think it was it season 2?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when we would have like coterie, like those big episodes with like everyone in every scene, and we had to come up with like a safe word
to get the whole cast to be quiet and listen.
Everyone, and if you say it, if you hear that word said, and only the cast could say it, but then the crew started saying it because the situation got dire.
Should we tell them what it is?
Well, yeah, because we're wrapped now.
Say it.
So it's pineapple.
Whenever you heard the words pineapple, everyone would just be silent.
Zip it. And you can't break it. You can't break the pineapple code. No.
You can't. You gotta listen. You gotta follow the rules.
Yeah.
But what a journey it's been. Can you believe, like, from episode 1 of The Fosters to, I mean, just coming to the end of this journey, like, our characters, they've all been through so much. Do you think, or did you expect Callie to be where she is right now? Like,
honestly, no.
It's kind of wild to think about.
It's so crazy. I actually went back and watched our pilot recently because I got back home from filming the finale and I was all in my feelings and sad. So I watched the pilot, and you are so little. Like, we are so
little.
Tiny babies. Children. No, it's so crazy. I mean, I feel so lucky, honestly, because mostly I've been very sentimental about it in the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you have too. Oh, yeah. But I think just because of like the relationships that we've made through this, like, it's very rare that as an adult person you get to like spend that much time creating bonds with like a community of like 100 people. Like, from, I mean, the fans don't get to see this, but behind the lens there's like a whole big group of humans that we've all become really genuinely close with. So I just feel like it's such a blessing. I feel so
it's a
lucky.
very rare experience to have been a part of. And it's something that like I think will carry on in life forever.
Definitely. I mean, I've been thinking of you, honey. How are you feeling about it? Because I feel like I did some like, stages of letting
Yes.
go,
I think
but
I'm definitely in a lot of the stages.
yeah,
I was asking our beautiful fans here like how they're feeling about, because we're getting towards the end. I think we only have like, I want to say 2 episodes left,
that's
which
going to
is
be a whole
wild.
another stage of like letting go.
Yeah,
I feel like.
and I think I'm kind of in denial about it. Like I can't accept that we only have a couple more episodes left to air, and then it's the end of our series. Hopefully not the end of our stories. Hopefully one day,
A little
we'll find
like
out.
2-hour catch up special, see where
Yeah,
they're at.
I would love that.
That would be
I
amazing.
wanna see a wedding.
Oh, that would be fun. What about a Mariana wedding though? Do you think that
Uh-oh.
was ever in the cards? Like, who does she?
Who
I
does
mean,
she
oh,
end
that's
up
a
with?
spoiler. That's a spoiler. That's a spoiler. I
Who does
love
she
it.
end up with?
A
Does
spoiler.
anyone here? I want to know your guesses are.
Yeah.
We have a lot of team Mariana and Joaquin. We have a lot of team Eviana.
They're just very different vibes. I feel like Joaquin is more like mysterious, more kind of brooding.
There are different sides of Mariana for sure.
I like the Evan side.
It is very special. It is very special. But I want to know, is there anything that was surprising to you for your character's journey?
I think I was genuinely surprised when she started to go down like a legal path. Because there was kind of in the Fosters, there was kind of a storyline where she was pursuing art and getting really into photography, and I sort of assumed that she would go to art school. And I think, she, oh God, I have to think back. I think she was going to, or she'd been accepted into one, and just switched to
I
law school. I don't know.
remember. Wow.
Yeah,
So many lives have been lived.
So many episodes of television. But no, I remember just being genuinely shocked, but then like it made so much sense. I was like, that is so badass, and I love it. And then getting to do all of the kind of legal stuff in Good Trouble was like so satisfying on like a character development level, just getting to watch her like find all this agency and really kind of give back, and just to see how far she'd come. And like,
I know.
So
I feel like it is shocking, but it's also not because of that. Like, she is really passionate. She always has been for others and like injustices and all of that. So it does definitely make sense.
Yeah, totally. What about you? Yeah. Mariana does some crazy stuff.
I think what's unexpected for me was she kind of like turned into Callie for a second.
How so?
She kind of,
what do you mean?
Like, in the sense that, like, I think about Callie and how kind of reckless she was getting in cars with pimps, and like now Mariana's full on in a cult.
She's out of the bee farm every other day, I think.
She sure is.
Snooping around that bee farm.
She used to be so judgmental over Callie's decisions, and look at her now.
It's true. What a hypocrite.
What a hypocrite.
What a hypocrite. Although, like, season 1 of The Fosters, I think, like, with Anna and the pills.
Yeah, it adds up. It's a little on brand.
They're both a little cray.
It is definitely a little on.
What do you love most about Mariana? Like, what do you think you're gonna like miss the most?
Ooh, I love how quick-witted she is. Like,
she's funny.
I love her comebacks. I always have. I think there's even one. I saw an edit of Back on the Fosters where I confront Brandon about sleeping with Callie, and he tells Mariana, screw you, and I say, surprised you haven't tried.
Facts.
The tea's piping. She's always got the quickest little comebacks. She will always stand up for herself, and I love that about her because I'm the type of person that if you come at me, I need 5 to 7 business days to
You're
come
like in the
come back.
shower the next day having a conversation.
Yeah,
with yourself.
I need to sit on it for a second, definitely. But
So
just love how quick-witted she is and
she's the
sassy.
best. My favorite Mariana line is, I don't remember what season of The Fosters it is, but someone says to you, some loser says,
That
why are you being such a bitch? And then you say, because bitches get things done. And that's such a max.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's definitely iconic. She's come up with some very iconic quotes.
Yeah, she's good. I think my favorite Callie line from Good Trouble, one of them was when her and Jamie are like having that sparring moment in their kind of, I think
in the courtroom.
Yeah, she's like arguing the case, and he's kind of stepping over her, and she says, what does she say? Oh my god, it's iconic. It's like the Kamala Harris.
Wait.
Excuse me, I'm speaking.
I'm speaking now.
Yes.
Something like that.
Excuse
me, I'm speaking.
Very deeply, deeply satisfying
Love.
to say.
Love.
Wait, Hayden, how do Hayden and we have Hayden and David joining us.
Yes, we have some requests. Let's add David. Why the heck?
David!
I'm gonna accept.
Are you doing it? Are you better be in control of this because I'll shut up.
Let's see. I'm accepting him now.
Oh,
there he is!
How's it going?
Good. How about you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. It's been fun to watch you guys talk, and I'm flashing back too.
Okay, I'm gonna cry right now. I'm like getting emotional. Because she's gonna too.
Here we are again. Yeah, no, right? It's been a long time. It's been a long time playing these characters. You know, it meant a lot every time Brandon could come back and say hello, and I'm sure it's I can only imagine what it's like for you guys. You know,
gosh, well, what's the same for you? I mean, 10 years. Did you imagine, like, when we started the Fosters, that we'd still be playing these roles 10 years later at all?
No.
It's so nuts. It's so crazy. I was watching the episode, David.
You know what? I'm gonna add Hayden in too.
Yeah.
Let's get him in here.
Wait, where did David go?
He's here.
Oh, I can't see him.
We're all here, right?
I'm banned from Instagram.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We're all here
now.
Hi,
my gosh. Hi. What are you guys doing?
Good. Wait, now David's frozen.
Say, where did he? I took his spot. I've stolen his place.
Really? Is that what happens?
I don't know. I was struggling on my own little thing for a minute. I had to ask other people for help because
all of us struggling.
It's a learning process.
Oh wait,
do you need to request him back?
Yes.
How do I? Oh my gosh.
I hope I don't lose Hayden now.
We'll see.
Let's see. We'll find out.
Hello?
There he is.
Okay.
There he is.
Oh,
we're all here now.
Back, David. I didn't mean to kick you out.
No, it's fine. It was sort of like playing like a movie for me, our conversation, and then I was gone. So.
Oh wow. Well, we interrupted you, and maybe Hayden, you can join in on this. Like, did you expect at the beginning of the Fosters that we would still be playing these roles 10 years later?
No.
Not at all.
No. There's no world in which I could have guessed that.
Well, Hayden was 11, so he was probably just like concerned with like school and video games.
Yeah. I was trying to solve Craig's riddles more than anything else in my life. That was like my top priority. Everything else was just slightly below that.
I love it.
Shirts.
It's so crazy. I was watching the episode from last night, guys, and this is such a funny scene where the two of you are grilling
Joaquin.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
It totally gave me Foster's flashback. Like, just, I loved it.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so funny.
It's always so fun when we're all back together. I feel like we pick up where we last left off.
100%. Yeah, I noticed that on set, like pretty much right away. All of us back together, it kind of creates a certain energy that I think we're all like way too used to at this point.
Oh yeah,
I know. Imagine if we had known. We had no idea that it would be the last time that we'd be all on set together as well.
Right.
I'm kind of glad we didn't know.
Yeah,
that would have
part of me is really happy that we just enjoyed what it was. And
no, I mean, and it's, I tell this to people whenever this stuff comes up about, there's the cast and all of the people that we worked with on camera, but there's all the people that we worked with behind the camera that were there from the beginning as well. Department heads, all sorts of people. And, I was texting with Dina not that long ago about the ending, and, she's one example of someone who had been there from the beginning. And
Dina's our costume designer.
Yes, costume designer for Foster's in Good Trouble, and Dina Appel. And she's one example, right, of somebody who was there from the beginning. I associate Dina as much as anyone else with this show. And, and it goes down the list. I mean, there's so many names, I'll get stuck saying just names. But the point is, it's an army of people. I mean, you know who you are. It was a group. It was a good group. And it was an army, and we stayed there, and we did it, and so anytime I went back to Good Trouble, it was a big hello, and I like to convey that because it really was a big family, going beyond just the cast.
I think I really hope that continues. Like it's like I'll see you again soon to everyone. Yeah. It's always the best.
I think so. I just have in the back of my head, maybe it's delusional. Yeah, but I feel like there's gonna be a special, like some sort of wedding. Maybe we'll go back to Turks and Caicos. Who knows?
Oh, that was the best.
Did you guys?
That was fun.
Steal any of your costumes? Because Dina, speaking of Dina, our costume designer, she gave me a bunch of clothes from the pilot of the Fosters. So I have Callie's sneakers.
Yeah.
She's crazy. Wow. And I wore in the finale, you know how Jude gives Callie a bracelet for her adoption?
Yeah.
I wore that in the last scenes of the finale. We just shot.
I do remember that. Wait, that's kind of a throwback bracelet. That's so
it was a moment. I'm mentioning it now so that people actually notice it.
Nice.
Did you guys steal any stuff?
I took a pair of shoes myself. I took a pair of these black boots that Brandon wore, and like over the years they got more and more scuffed, and by the end they were, I mean, who else, like why did anyone else want those?
I love it.
So they were mine, so I took those. But no, Hayden, did you take anything?
I was always so scared of getting into trouble for any reason at all. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean that I didn't get in trouble for stuff, but I definitely do. But it wasn't like intentional. It wasn't well thought out. It just kind of happened at times. Like I always remember when Noah and I got in trouble for jumping around on stage 5.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I don't think I've actually taken anything, mostly because I fear like that 10 years from now I'll wake up in a cold sweat.
Yeah.
And I'll just have this gnawing guilt to like give it back.
Okay.
So I don't think I've taken anything, but there have been a few things that I've always had my eye on. There's a pair of shoes, funnily enough, that David actually had for the Fosters that they would put me in on Good Trouble as I grew up and kind of grew into David's clothes. So it was almost like another real sibling moment where
love that.
Started taking clothes from David, and those are the only things that I ever really eyed that I was like, maybe I do just try and like smuggle these out, and no one will notice.
Fun detail I actually love. You wore your siblings' shoes. It makes so much sense.
My favorite thing though. I remember asking Dina, I'm like, I swear we've seen these before. She's like, yeah, they were David's. I'm like, well, that's awesome.
That makes sense.
We still have Dina's number. We can hit her up. Maybe those shoes are still around.
Yeah, we'll let her know.
We gotta get you some shoes.
Yeah.
That's a good excuse to go out and say hi, if anything.
Do y'all have a favorite on-set moment?
From the
Yeah.
whole thing, from the
Yeah.
whole everything.
I think I don't know if it's a singular moment, but my favorite moments, I mean, I have to mention all of the late nights and like laughing fits that we'd have, you know, at like hour 14, and you know, we're not making sense of the scenes anymore, and we're there for various reasons, you know, it's set, you know, so there's all these reasons to stay for super long periods, but I just loved all of us sitting around and kind of joking and having fun, and it felt very on the stages at Warner Brothers, and you know, that I think to me that would be my favorite memory. You know, it's not necessarily an actual conversation or anything. It's just all of us sitting down, kind of doing what we did for all those years. You know, there are episodes too that stand out to me. You know, but I want you guys to answer as well, so I don't want to make this a long-winded thing. But yeah, I would say
No, I'm
like.
loving this.
Yeah, I would say yeah, those the event episodes, you know, the episodes where we were all kind of in the same place. It's actually very similar to the one we just did for Good Trouble, you know, this past one. Similar to that, you know, and we did plenty of those. That was felt like our bread and butter, you know, and being at the kitchen table in the Fosters, I'm sure Coterie felt the same way,
Well, I
you
feel like
know.
it brought so much life to each scene
Yeah,
too. Like it was just, it was there. Yeah, there's so much fun.
yeah,
I agree with you. I would definitely say there's no like exact moment, but it's always more.
No, it's like memories of like all of us. We would always end up on the mum's bed in mum's
In
bedroom,
between
and
scenes,
like, yeah, we'd all just go like they'd call cut, and we'd just
we
like
would all
lock.
hang out in our own rooms.
yeah.
Yeah, we just
thing to
right
me.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, the mom's room was like the green room, and
Yeah, it
then
was
we
like
had,
hang.
and then you guys, I mean, the girls' room, like you guys, that was like your bedroom. Like you take
Yeah,
naps in there and stuff, right?
yeah.
I mean, that
We
was,
slept full sleeps in those beds. Sometimes
yeah,
while we were filming,
Yeah.
it was always a nightmare if there was like a scene where you're supposed to be waking up.
right.
Oh,
You just it's like
yeah.
action, and
Oh
then
yeah,
nothing would happen.
those were the
Yeah, we
best.
got real comfy on those stages. Well, that stage became like, I mean, for me, it was like the closest thing to home that I had in the
Yeah,
US. It was like we had all like we knew where all the pockets were, we knew where all the drawers were. We'd keep stuff in them. Yeah.
yeah. How about you, Hayden?
I mean, it's funny you kind of mentioned it. Like, I think one of my favorite moments is everybody falling asleep in the actual rooms all of the time,
Yeah,
which was hilarious. I mean, if I had a favorite like episode, I mean, I always really loved and appreciated the wedding.
And
I
Turks and
think that,
Caicos.
well,
Which one?
Yeah, like
yes,
which one?
but the moms, I know, right? Yeah, which wedding?
yeah,
But the moms, like, I always really loved, like, again, I remember being really young and really little, and it was just a wild learning experience. And there was so much that I was understanding and growing as I became more of an adult and a full-fledged human. So that's a moment that I always think about and even go back to now, especially as I get older and kind of reevaluate what those moments meant to me, and just kind of seeing them through a different lens as I've aged and become more of an old man.
Little Benjamin Button.
Well,
Yeah.
also that episode was so iconic in itself because do you remember how we had two ways that episode could have gone?
right.
Yeah.
And
It was the same day that we were filming.
that they passed
Yeah.
a law that same-sex marriage was legal. It was like I will never forget the energy on set that day. It was such a special moment.
Definitely a pivotal episode. Yeah, that one stands out to me for sure, especially because of the timing and everything that was going on in real life. It felt like we were echoing art echoes reality, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, and I
it was
feel like
that.
the writers had like a crystal ball or something sometimes.
Some kismet
Yes.
stuff was like there was some witchcraft or something going on with the show, especially
Yeah.
those first seasons with different laws that were being passed
Yeah.
and crazy.
Yeah.
Should
Very
should
interesting.
I ask y'all some questions that they've been sending in to the question box?
Ooh.
Ask, yeah,
There's a
yeah.
question box?
Yeah, there's a question box that I have. They've been asking
gatekeeping
so
a
many. So
question
thank
box?
you for your questions,
Get through the
everyone.
question box.
I know, we gotta do it.
Hi, everybody, by the way. I see people saying hello and stuff. Hello.
Hi,
Great to have
guys.
you here
Hello.
with us.
Let me see. There's so many good questions, but I feel like we're answering quite a bit of them. What was your first impression of everyone when we all first met?
Oh, man.
I was so nervous to meet everyone.
Do you
knew
remember the
David,
table
though.
read?
I knew David,
Right.
actually. We
Yeah.
strangely have gone back for years.
Yeah.
Our moms are best friends. Our sisters are besties.
Yeah, we were already
So, I
kind of
remember.
in each other's lives in
Yeah.
a very interesting way. Yeah.
Your sister Gigi was like, "Oh, I'll give you pointers on how to make being a sister believable. Don't worry."
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember how, I mean, it was such a whirlwind, especially at the beginning for all of us. I mean, you know, we kind of had to adapt as we went. We had no idea what to expect. I remember Tim Busfield kind of just leading the ship on that pilot, and you know, Peter, Bradley, Joanna, I mean, all of us kind of acclimating to this concept, right? And I remember when we walked around the sets too on the stages at Warner Brothers and they weren't built yet. Remember that? We were seeing the school, and I think we went over to stage 22, and they just had the bones up of the sets, and it still hadn't really clicked with me. I don't think it really clicked until we were in it, like doing it. You know, it was a weird. And in terms of impressions, I don't know. Like I think I was so focused on doing a good job, and wanting to just make it like good, and I was intimidated. I remember I was intimidated by Terry Polo and Danny Nucci.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was, because Nucci was on Titanic. I grew up watching that with my mom, and Terry Polo was in Meet the Parents. I loved that movie growing up, you know, and Meet the Fockers.
Very intimidating.
You know, yeah, kind of intimidating too.
Remember all of us hanging out in the garage of that house / production office, and kind of just with Tim Busfield, he kind of sat down with us and like we kind of did a bunch of exercises together.
Yes.
That kind of helped break the ice and get us like, you don't remember?
I literally have no memory of that.
I remember. I think it was the same day that David's talking about, but I remember it was like so much fun.
Yeah, we did a lot of interesting things to kind of break into this notion of being a family, which was kind of a crazy, you know, ask, right? I mean, how do you go about doing that? And I just think it was sort of that from all of us individually, these nerves and again, really not understanding like how it was going to play out and just how influential this would all be.
No, because it was a pilot, so we had no idea. I mean, I remember the table reader was so nervous because like people are out here getting fired after table reads. Like if you don't do well on a table read, like you're out.
Yeah.
So I remember, showing up and like it's Terry and like Sherry, like all of these, like and everyone's so good. Like everyone really like went for it in that particular, and the pilot's so heavy, like especially the pilot. So I remember being so freaked out, so scared.
I have another question that someone asked.
All right.
What is everyone's favorite storyline for their character? I know that's a hard one. I mean, we've been through so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my favorite like moment for us, like what I loved filming the most, was your wedding, David, the Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
That moment was really fun.
Yeah. That was so wild for us to get to do, you know, and going off the idea that we all were this unit, especially by then, because it was like 5 years in, crew, cast, we're all flying to these islands to shoot this, you know, spectacular thing at the end was, it was definitely memorable. I think, you know, in regards to my character, I think I like the storyline where Brandon gets his hand broken and has to kind of work to not only play but also kind of shift his perspective on who he is. You know, there was a great scene with him and Mike where he kind of comes clean in the sense of, I don't know who I am if I don't have piano. This is what I am. This is what I'm about. That idea of identity, and then overcoming that, you know, and finding purpose and also, you know, being reinvigorated for a passion that he thought was lost. I think that was a really great arc for
Yeah.
him. Brandon had a lot of different arcs and mistakes being made and lessons learned from it. So, there's a few options there, but that one sticks out to me for sure.
Wasn't that from like Brandon was selling fake IDs?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah.
he's got so many arcs.
These kids are crazy. These kids are wild.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
never have a normal Friday night where they're just like watching a movie at home.
No.
What was Jude doing? I'm trying to think of a crazy.
Jude was always up to something too.
I mean, I think my favorite one was Kalama, Noah. Because that whole storyline was when Jews started to get real frisky, started breaking the law, breaking into boats, smoking weed. Like, that whole storyline was so much fun. And I'm pretty sure it was Rob Morrow who worked on that episode where we broke onto the boat. And it was just a really wild time. Like, some really crazy stuff happened. I also really I'm still amazing friends with Kalama. I love him so incredibly much. And so I think like on set, like it was an amazing storyline, and I really enjoyed what we got to film and the opportunities that I had. And on the flip side, I also kind of made like a lifelong friend, life partner, brother, like whatever it may be. And so it's kind of a beautiful full circle experience. I don't think there was anything bad about that. Maybe for Jude, I guess, but
my God, Steph and Lena deserve a medal for raising those kids. That is like stressful.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So
wow.
What about you, Cierra, from Mariana? I mean, she had her hands in everything. You were kind of mentioning it before. She had her hands in everything. So is there something that stands out?
I'm trying to think, and like one thing I've always loved about our show is, well, first off, my favorite thing ever to do is to go into the writer's room and see all of the whiteboards that they would write down ideas for all of our characters, for storylines, and it was so cool. Like the whole series or season was written out, and so I would always love to peek, and I always was so excited to get a new script because they always kept me on my toes. I was never bored with Mariana ever. They always, she was always getting into something. I'm trying to think. I really loved the episodes where she had not been sleeping after experiencing the traumatic event with her boyfriend. Why am I forgetting his name? And she
the one with the shooting.
Yes.
Yeah.
She brought a gun to school, was hiding in her
there was a
room.
school shooting.
But then I started abusing Jesus's pills to stay up, and it was just she was really going through it. And oh my gosh, okay, when we say these stories out loud, I'm like, they have been through everything.
I was in a van with a pimp. That's
crazy. Let's not forget.
That's right.
Let's never forget that.
Oh man.
Never forget.
And there's so many to sort through. It's like you have to kind of peel back the layers because the more Nick. Okay.
Everyone's saying Nick.
That's right.
Oh, thanks guys.
Yeah.
They're better. They're bigger. I think I'm gonna go do a rewatch because thinking about all these storylines, I'm like, that is wild. What a great show. I'm gonna go watch that show.
You know what I also really love?
It.
All of our musical episodes.
Yeah, we were
very
musical.
That's right, Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that musical episode alone. I mean, there were so many musical episodes technically, but the actual musical episode, that was crazy. We had like rehearsals, and I mean, we treated it like a staged thing.
We did a whole.
It was awesome.
You guys did a
whole production.
And
a whole stage production.
Yeah, it was crazy. I felt like I was back doing like musical theater in Georgia.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
How about everyone else? Favorite storyline? Who answered?
I mean,
Maya's left.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many. You know what I really loved a lot? I really loved the Girls United moment with Rosie O'Donnell and all those girls. That was really fun. And those girls are so wonderful. They're all such like brilliant actors, and those characters are really interesting. And that was fun. And I love Rosie. Rosie is obviously iconic.
Yeah.
Queen. So that was really fun. Everything.
Everything.
So there's
Honestly,
so many.
everything. You're
Probably
so right.
not. I didn't like love when Callie would do like really wild stuff. I would be like, okay, and it would be like, 5 a.m. in a motel in some sketchy part of town. Like that, I was like, guys, can we quit it? Can we write some daytime? Maybe she goes on like a picnic.
That's funny.
Yeah. God, there's so much. But I think I really loved like her legal stuff as well. Getting to see her like stepping into her own, especially with Kathleen Gale as well.
Mm-hmm.
All that little relationship was really fun, and with the Judge Wilson, there's so much.
So much. What's something that you hope sticks with the fans, even 10 years from now? A good one.
Oh.
That's a good question.
I've always thought that.
Go ahead.
No. Thank you. I just always like the tagline. DNA doesn't make a family, love does. Like, I feel like that has such a strong sentiment, and I feel like that's timeless. And I just hope that people always hold love in their hearts and remember that those are the things that bind us and make us happy and spread joy to others. So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that tagline like was the through line between both the Fosters and Good Trouble. Like that's was that part of both shows. So I agree.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Definitely.
You're just gonna steal mine. I get it.
I'm gonna steal yours.
Yeah.
One of the beautiful things about what we do, as like actors telling stories and making things, is it continues to exist. And I still have people who are now entering college or are, in high school even still just discovering the show and making it their own now. Not 2013 or whatever. It's theirs now, or they watch it with their parent, or they watch it with their loved one. I teach classes online now, and I talk to people about this all the time. So what I love is that what we did all those years ago can continue to be with people. It's theirs now, and our message is love, right? And that's a beautiful thing. There's great lines. We have great lines about it. It's not where you come from, it's where you belong, right? This is our simple message, and it's the people's now, and I think I'm most proud of that it's we put all this time in it, and here we are again all these years later on live talking about it, but
Beautiful.
it's all theirs, right? It's all these people who are listening to us right now, and people who don't know about the Fosters yet who will find it, and that is something that we'll keep giving, and that's a really, really cool thing to be a part of. I'm honored to be a part of that, and I'm proud that people can have this, that we're all a part of,
It's very special. That was very well said, both of you. Someone else
I love hearing David talk.
mentioned the quote that you're not disposable. I love that when Steph said that to Callie.
Yeah.
So many just great
I'm emotional, guys.
Yeah.
The moms.
How am I gonna get on with the rest of my day?
I know. What a special thing to have been a part of.
She's dropping things.
Where'd she go?
Right.
Yeah. No.
Guys, I think that's our time, and I feel like that's a perfect way to end it too.
Good.
Right.
I'm gonna go cry now.
I'm gonna go sob.
Well, I was happy to be a part of this today, and I was happy to see you guys. It's great seeing you guys.
It's always great seeing you guys.
And
always.
I'm glad that everybody could tune in today. Hello to everybody.
Yeah, keep watching Good Trouble. We've got 2 episodes left, so keep tuning in.
Keep an eye out.
Let's do it.
I love you all.
Love you guys.
Much love.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who tuned in.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.